competition, running qualifying heats and final events. As we're just about set to go with the first official heat of the evening, the 250 Pro placing heats will be out on the Speedway. When they come out, this will be how they'll start up in heat number 1. Price out of Sicklerville, New Jersey will go on the inside of the number 71 machine. Right next to him, Adam Mulligan out of Gaylordsville, Connecticut, will be racing Jason Fletcher. And on the extreme outside, out of Gap, Pennsylvania, 5 competitors set to go here in Pro placing heat number 1. Georgie Price, Bob Sweeten, Shannon Rector, Jason Fletcher, and Thomas McGrain. 4 laps of qualifying competition. Green light comes on right down into the number 1 corner. Fleet grabs the number 1 position. George Price tucks in behind Fleet upon the number 1 spot. Second Fletcher, third followed by McGrain and Rector. George Price working hard back there on the number 2 spot, trying to close that gap. Bob Fleet holds on to the number 1 spot. Checkered flag going to fly this time on this corner, number 4. And off that number 4 corner. Out of Washingtonville, New York, the number 6 machine. Alongside of him, out of Chides Hill, New York, the 8B of Bill Nuka. Willie Adams out of Salisbury Mills, New York, the number 56 machine alongside of him. And last week's feature winner, Kenny Yoder out of East Earl, Pennsylvania, the number 57. Will go alongside of him in spot number 4. And he will start on the extreme outside. 4 riders, 4 laps for a qualifying position. Mike Spear from the inside, grabs the whole shot. Billy Duker tucks back in spot number 2. Duker picks up the run-out spot. Adams now back to 3rd, and Kenny Yoder over on the number 4 position. Something changed this time around. This thing goes still tires, hangs on to the number 1 spot. Duker back to the number 2. Willie Adams takes a peek up to the outside. Yoder takes a run at the bottom. Sets the flag, this time on. On that number 4 corner, Mike Spear brings home the victory. So Mike Spear out of Washingtonville, New York brings home the number 1 spot, followed by Newkirk, Adams, and Yoder. First, the 64B goes alongside of him. And Robert Getty out of Armenia, New York, the number 97 on the extreme outside. That's your list of eligible riders here in heat number 3, final placing Pro 250cc heat event. Green light comes on. And problem right off the get-go for Coolbeth. Now pulls off as Kenneth Mola has gone to the 1 spot. Second spot, down up in behind. Checkered flag comes out. Kenneth Mola brings home the victory. Second spot goes to 64, Kenny Dolan, followed by Getty and Coolbeth. Coming out of Fishkill, New York, 2-time winner already in this division this year. Part of Team Stealth, the number 26 of Mike Royce. For these 2 young riders. Oh. He'll go, I'll go, we'll go. Here we go. Netzley on the inside. The 19 machine. Here comes Cory way out wide. Just taking it nice and cautiously now, closing it. Netzley continues to hang on. Point now begins to make his move. Takes it up to the outside. Netzley holds it bottom, looks over his shoulder, as Mike White goes on by. Mike White, team stealth number 26, hangs on to that number 1 spot. Mike, a former go-kart racer, now changed hands this season. Stays on 4 wheels though, and hops on a 60cc quad and brings home the heat victory. Mike White on the number 26. New York, the number 3 mount. 4 in a row. Derick, Netzley, Kim Natal, Richard Jarvis, and Carmine Andriolio. Derick Netzley shows the way. Gets it down. Whoa, Mike cycles just a little bit now. Gets it back on all 4. Jarvis gets in that number 2 spot. Derick Netzley way out front. Jarvis gets back in spot number 2. Natalie third. Carmine and Andriolio back in spot number 4. Netzley gets the 2 left side, way out front. Jarvis is in spot 2, Natalia is third. Andriolio back in spot 4. Checkered flag gonna come out this time by. The leader brings it down off the number 4 corner. Derick Netzley, the 9C victorious. Jarvis spot number 2, Natalia third, and Andriolio spot number 4. New York, the 123K on the outside of the front row. 4 young competitors set to go in the 80cc mod heat number 2. Comes on, and Tommy Mullens goes away. The number 11 machine, way wide he goes, and that opens up the bottom side. Ryan Mossberg now picks up the number 2 spot. Mullens really hammered down. Very quick back at that number 2 spot. Mossberg smooth those to the corner. Mullens back at second, Elman at third, and Valentine spot number 4. Now works back 5, picks up the number 1 spot. Slides high again, now gathers it all back together. Mossberg running smooth. And Mullens really dips in the way through the corner. Heats it down on the bottom side, down the front straightaway. White flag flies. Mullens takes a peek over his shoulder. Mossberg closes in. Mullens ducks under the last traffic. Slides way wide again off the corner floor, but brings home the victory. Second spot will go to Mossberg. Third would then be the 123 of Elman, and fourth the 47 of Valentine. Derick Netzley, the number 4 machine on the inside. Kiniry out of Saugerties, New York on the number 24. Vinny DeCicco out of Kingston, New York, the number 32, and Jimmy Mullens on the number 42 mount. 4 competitors set to go in the 80cc. Supermod one. Well, what do we have here? Green remains out around the speedway. Kiniry up on that number 1 spot. DeCicco sits in second, Mullens third, and Netzley way back by himself down spot number 4 after that auspicious start. Kiniry hanging on to the number 1 spot. DeCicco steps back on the number 2 spot. Mullens third, and Netzley running hard now, trying to make up some time. As DeCicco goes way wide, Mullens picks up the number 2 spot. DeCicco sits in third, and Netzley back in spot 4. Kiniry, the number 24, white flag flying one more time around. Mullens, spot number 2. Followed down. Netzley picks up number 3. Checkered flag comes out. Kiniry, the number 1 spot. Mullens, spot number 2. Followed by Netzley and DeCicco. 4 young competitors set to go here in the 50cc stock heat number 1. They'll take it down to car number 1. And Brian Derick grabs that number 1 hole shot, but here comes Tim Sullivan. Now Sullivan going to try and close that gap as Marseille sits back in spot number 3 and Boxberg gives it to number 4. Brian Derick pretty tall up there on the front end. Sullivan back in spot number 2, Marseille third, and number 4 all around. Nothing changed that time around. Garrett's way out front right now, but now going to have a little bit of a problem. Now it's working fine. Comes off of that number 4 corner, sees the 2 left sign up to the field. Sullivan sits back in spot number 2. Marseille then third, followed by Tyler Boxberg, spot number 4. One more time around as young Brian Jarvis out of New Milford, Connecticut grabs the whole shot, comes home, district flag for Brian Jarvis, winner. The qualifying heat, second spot went to Sullivan, followed by Marseille and Boxberg. Inside, alongside of him, out of Waynesburg, New York, the 132 of Lowell Carlson. Eric Rydell, the number 50, will be alongside of him. And Travis Sullivan from Bloomingburg, New York, the number 40 machine on the outside. Hudson, Carlson, Rydell, and Travis Sullivan. Comes on and Hudson grabs that number 1 spot off the starting line. Sullivan out there for spot number 2 right now. Rival tucks it in third. Lowell Carlson back in spot number 4. Harris Rival now battles hot and heavy with Travis Sullivan for that number 2 spot. Rival has it. Sullivan goes way wide that time as Carlson sits back in spot number 4. Your race leader, David Hudson, way out front right now, cruising around out of Burnt Hills, New York. That number 1 spot is all his. Eric Rydell, spot number 2. Travis Sullivan back there in the number 3 position. White flag comes out. One more time around for young David Hudson. Rival in the number 2 spot. Checkered flag comes out. The 125 of Hudson brings home the victory. Rival, spot number 2. He says, I'm getting my full 6 laps. One notch right now in the 60cc amateur division. Kevin Morrison out of Spring Lake, New York, the number 8. Jay Weller out of Montgomery, New York, the 36N. Dan Giuseppe out of York, Pennsylvania, the number 44. And Justin Maloney scheduled to be out with the 9X. On the outside, 4 young competitors set to go. Myers up to that number 1 spot. Weller took back to spot number 2 and Morrison, spot number 3. Dan Giuseppe way out front. Leader in the point series in the 60 amateur division. Jay Weller took back in spot number 2 and Morrison the number 3 position. Nothing changed at that time around as Morrison right there on the tail side of Weller but not able to work back. Young Dan Giuseppe way out front right now. White flag flies one more time around. Second place still up for grabs. Weller has it. Checkered flag comes down. Dan Giuseppe, winner on the number 44 machine. Jay Weller finishes in spot number 2. Kevin Morrison back in the number 3 position. Huntingtonville, New York, the number 6 mount will go on the extreme outside. Giuseppe, Alexander, Weller and Spear. Down into corner number 1. Michael Alexander fires out to that number 1 spot. Giuseppe tucked in right behind, tries to close the gap. Giuseppe got to stay nice and smooth as he's a little bit out horsepowered at the moment. Alexander up on that number 1 spot. Weller third. Chris Spear back in spot number 4. Michael Alexander continues to go the way. Dan Giuseppe down on the bottom that time, trying a different line, trying to go the shortest way around. Still hanging on to the number 2 spot. Weller back in third and Spear in the number 4 position. White flag flies. Michael Alexander half a track to go. Takes a quick kick over the shoulder. Checkered flag sets the fly. Alexander and Giuseppe. Alexander brings home the victory. Giuseppe a very hard fought second. Weller back in spot 3 and Chris Spear spot number 4. 6 laps of competition. And so Carlson and DeCicco actually got the quicker jump. The smoother line went to Eric Vinny. Vinny, the number 1 man right now, down at corner number 4. Smoother out on the front end. DeCicco finds himself with the number 2 go around. Third would then be the 21 of Carson. White flag flies one more time around for Finlaw. DeCicco second. Carson back in spot number 3. Checker comes out. And Eric Finlaw to win this easily. DeCicco picks up the number 2 spot. Carson third and 4th goes to Randy Moss. Majewski, Stewart, Balicki, and Kepper. Got the number 1 spot. Jefferson tucked right there on his outside. Gonna try and make the move. Stewart sits back in spot number 3. Spot 5. Josh Balicki out of Amsterdam, New York shows the way. Jefferson very quick back in the number 2 position. Stewart is third. Jefferson has thoughts of going down to the bottom that time. And Balicki was just a little high. Jefferson gonna try and make it work up on the outside too. 2 more times around. Balicki hangs under it. Now that's the 100. That's all 100 that he's running. Jefferson is the 125. White flag flies. Here we go. Final time around. Balicki holds his line. Jefferson comes in on him. Gets back on the throttle. But Josh Malicki comes home to Victor. Second goes to Shepard, followed by Schuler, Mashusky, and Carlson. Out of Burnt Hills, New York, the number 16 goes in spot 3. Jason DeCicco back out of Stafford, New York, the number 40. And Steven Barrett, the 103 out of Richfield, Connecticut, will start on the outside. Competitors, amateur 125, number 2. Down in the corner, number 1, Michael Alexander shows the way. Here comes Morrison on the inside, though. Scott Morrison grabs that number 1 spot. Alexander put up on the outside. Steven Barrett back of the number 3 go around. Barrett now takes a beat down to the bottom side. He'll pick up spot number 2. Alexander back to third. This Salvo holds on to 4th. And Petoskey spot number 5. Scott Morrison continues to hang on to the number 1 spot. Steven Barrett, though, closing in quickly up there in the number 2. Alexander comfortable in the number 3 going out. One more time around. Morrison and Barrett now very close nose to tail. Barrett bobbled that time off the corner 2. Takes it in hard. Gets back on the accelerator, but Scott Morrison able to hang on. Barrett finishes in spot number 2, followed by Alexander, DeCicco, and Petoskey. The number 82 machine, and Justin Moore out of Monroe, Connecticut, spot number 4. Stays on, and Aaron Humphrey on the inside hangs on to the number 1 spot. Frank Messina right there for spot number 2. Takes the beat down as Justin Moore goes down over in corner number 2. Picks it up, hops back on, keeps it going, stays in the lead lap, but we got a new leader, and it's Frank Messina. Messina, the number 942, hangs on to that number 1 spot. Humphrey stuck back in spot 2, and Dean Sullivan, the number 3 position. Frank Messina hanging on to the number 1 spot. Now has the back mark to the green. Humphrey sits back in spot number 2. White flies one more time around. Frank Messina hangs on to Humphrey down in the corner number 3. Hangs on to the number 2 spot. Frank Messina victorious. Humphrey second. Third goes to Sullivan, and 4th to Justin Moore. Robert McGurr out of Norwalk, Connecticut, the number 410 machine. Robert Sweeten out of Mullica Hill, New Jersey, to 82 alongside. Mark Miller out of Milford, Delaware, the number 165. Kenny Dowling on the 64B. And Mike Spear out of Washingtonville, New York, on the number 6. 5 competitors set to go in the first of 2 qualifying heats for the 600cc Expert. On his way here tonight. Please pick up the number 1 spot. Second spot is Sonny down. Robert McClure, number 3 spot is here. 4th, followed by Miller. Bob Sweeten out of Mullica Hill, New Jersey, way out front. Now on to spot number 2, 125, one more time around. Bob Sweeten, very effective there so far. Now in spot 2. Robert McGurr finishes 3rd steer, 4th and number 5. So Sweeten victorious. Now the machine goes in the middle. Robert Getty out of Armenia, New York, the 97. And Rayson Jason Fletcher, the number 65 out of Gaylorsville, Connecticut, He'll start on the extreme outside. Green lights up on. Bright from the inside, bright from the outside. Right there comes the one spot. Now really out, moving in quickly. Georgie Price continues to show the way. Right there on the spot. Still Adams now. They're getting fourth. So that's spot number 5. Flag comes out. Georgie Price takes the first one, rolling out. 1, 2, 3. Off that fourth corner, second comes out. Georgie Price, Jason Fletcher, Willie Adams. He goes alongside of them. Scott Wheaton out of Walkill, New York, brings the number 95 out alongside of them. Mike Lloyd out of Waterbury, Connecticut, the 885, position number 5. And William Carlson Jr. out of Harwinton, Connecticut, the number 82 on the extreme outside. 6 competitors to go here in amateur 250cc competition. 3 qualifying heats for them here this evening. Green lights have gone, and everybody looks for position. Kevin Lake grabs a hold shot now. Here comes Mike Lloyd. Lloyd down to the bottom side, battling for that number 1 spot. He and Lake touch. Mike Lloyd goes on. Hammer down. Mike Lloyd hangs on to the number 1 spot. Lake in the number 3 position. Oh, spot 3. Mike Lloyd continues to show the way. In that number 2 position, coming up on just 2 laps to go. William Carlson taking up spot number 3. David Marcel holds on to the number 4 position. Second flag comes out for Mike Lloyd. Lloyd easily to make the link with second. New York to number 6, Christian Jablonski. Carl Ellison to number 24 of Ellison. And then alongside of Carl on the extreme outside, Eric Buxford to number 72 machine. Once again, 6 riders set to go here in amateur 250cc qualifying action. Up and down goes the 72. Red light comes out around the speedway. That's what they call a mulligan. We'll get ready to try it once again. In the corner, number 1, Jablonski goes away, up and on the side. Red flag comes out once again. The 24 of Ellison, a little anxious that time. 3 strikes. Time we got a good start. Christian Jablonski goes away. Flag comes from number 2. Ellison in the number 3 position. We continue going. Jablonski hangs on to that number 1 spot. From 102 of Curtis Flynn all Safety car slow. Flynn comes by. White flag comes out. It ain't going to be over until that final checkered flag. Flynn goes wide. Simple Husky hangs on. Flynn was second. Ellison third, followed by Hutchinson, Reynolds, and Lundberg. Number 1 spot. Matthew Stewart picks up the Catbird speed. John Rogers third, followed by the 86 of Matt Stewart. And it's number 3 of Hillary Al, but it's all Ray Keegan. Way out front right now. Stewart in that number 2 position being measured by Rogers. Out of Jeffersonville, New York, alongside of him with the number 3. Chuck Seguin out of Fishkill, New York, the 64B. Robert Rector, the number 37. And Michael Gallagher out of Ulster Park, New York, the number 20 machine. 5 riders to go with the 400cc expert, heat number 1. Green light was on and number 1 spot. Paradox grabs the hold on. Now there's second down the third. Paradox is playing on the 1, 2, 3, final round. Stickers comes out. That's okay. Andy Paradox brings home the victory. Lounsbury, that is spot number 2. Heat number 2, Kurt Etzel out of Pine Bush, New York, the number 24 machine. Goes in the middle of the front row. Christopher Gerda from right here in Middletown, New York, the 57B alongside of him. Don Prevost out of Weathersfield, Connecticut, the 19U with the Mendy on the extreme outside. Robert McGurk. Robert Henschel takes Gerda. Green light for God and Chris Gerda grabs that number 1 spot. McGurk just back in spot number 2. That's good Henschel. Henschel getting real hard that time. Grabs the number 3 spot away from Prevost. Prevost back in spot 4. Henschel battles. Christopher Gerda out front right now, cruising around on the front end. McGurk sits back in spot number 2. Basket turn. Henschel drives towards 5. Got himself hung up on the tires. More times around for race leader Chris Gerda. Bermuda brings home the victory. Magura second, Bastek the number 3 spot. Fourth was the Henson fifth to Don Fellows. Was on the inside, Kristen Jablonski alongside out of Newburgh, New York, the number 6. Derick Gustafson from Glen Cove, New York, the number 54. Mike Lloyd on the 28S. Frank Maceda, the number 60, and Mike Markle, the number 57 out of Bloomingburg, New York. Six competitors, 6 laps. Even start, Mr. Jablonski shows the way. 48 Mike Lloyd hangs on to spot 2. Frank Messina back down to number 3 spot. Good stop sign, this was Mike Lloyd. Now Mike Lloyd grabs the number 1 spot. Messina now comes back to spot number 2. Jablonski pulling back to spot 3. Good stop sign. Reynolds, spot number 5. White flag number 5, Mike Lloyd hanging on to number 1 spot. Messina, spot 2. Jablonski back to number 3 going out. Got this one out. Mike Lloyd, the 28th Victorious. Messina second, Jablonski third, Gustafson fourth. Marco, spot number 5, and Sean Reynolds, spot 6. Sean O'Donovan out of Hoosick Falls, New York, alongside of him. Then would be the number 117 of Angelo Natali. Brent Brookside out of New Haven, Connecticut, the number 41 alongside of him. James Margolin out of Maybrook, New York, the number 71. And Stephen Sarah, the number 9C, that would be, on the outside. 600 CC amateur heat event. Well, album for the 117 up the town. He'll tuck it all on into the infield area. As Michael Cortez goes away. Cortez up with the number 1 spot. Second with ending with 41 on Brookside. Number 3 Callan Ryder in the number 3 corner. As Cortez continues to hang on to the number 1 spot. Jarvis now on the number 2 position, Brookside. Third on Donovan, spot number 4. Checkered flag comes out. Up Michael Cortez. This is the amateur vintage heat event. Ray Keegan out of Rutherford, New Jersey, the number 42. Ken McGuire out of Troy, New York, the number 13. Dean Hutchinson, the 50C. And William Richter, the 26U on the outside. Six competitors, 6 lap amateur vintage heat event. Bill. Cortez and Keegan, 1 and 2. Cortez hangs on to a Ray Keegan comes in behind Margo in third, Richter fourth. Hutchinson, fifth, and McGuire back to spot 6. Cortez and Keegan going at it, nose to tail. Keegan keeps it down the bottom, puts down for just a moment. Keegan has the line this time on the bottom side. Trying to hammer Keegan, grabs that number 1 spot. Cortez now back to spot number 2. Morgowitz with it in spot number 3. back. Now trying to work his way through the traffic. White by 5, final time around. Order with number 3, possession McGuire, 4th. Decker, flash rise, Red, Keegan, and Michael Cortez, 1 and 2. Orderwood comes by 3rd, McGuire, 4th. 5th goes to Richter, and 6th to Dean Hutchinson. Kiniry out of Montgomery, New York, the 262. George Hanner out of Peekskill, New York, the number 49. And the number 25 of Frank Messina. 5 riders set to go out at amateur vintage heat number 2. From the outside, we've got him scored up. A red flag coming out around the Speedway. As 2 riders. So we'll try it once again. Frank Messina from the outside. Good hold shot that time. Fires away that number 1 spot. Green light stays on around the south. Messina, Zimmerman, Stewart, Hanner, O'Leary. Hanner now grabs the number 3 bottom. Stewart. As Messina cruising around on the front end. Zimmerman second. Hanner from number 3, back Stewart, 4th. That's Walt Derick from number 5. Checkered flag comes out. Frank Messina victorious. Zimmerman second, followed by Hanner, Stewart, and Waltieri. Croft, the number 27. Lee Flynn, the number 61, alongside of him out of Putnam down in New York. Rocky Tate out of Danbury, Connecticut. On the extreme outside is Robert Rector, the number 37. 4 competitors set to go in the expert vintage qualifying heat number 1. Hammers go down. Jay Ashton goes to win. Rodney takes things up to number 2 position. Now the number 2 to win is called Jay Ashton. Rector holding on his spot number 3. Around out on the front end. With 6, Rector and 2nd spot will go to Rector. 3rd to Rodney Zink, and Florence up quick. Got come up on that tire right over there in the number 4 corner. But still a lot of action here tonight as the qualifying heat still underway. We'll run semis for the classes that need them, and then the final events a little bit later on this evening. Gregory Bastek, the number 15 with me. Alan Niles on the number 8. Justin, the 87. And Don Plymouth, the 19U. 4 riders, 6 laps, expert, vintage, heat number 2. Green light comes on. And Gregory Bastek fires away to the number 1 spot. Justin to second spot, number 2, Plymouth. Alan Niles, spot number 4. Bastek saw him on the front end, but here's that Justin. Justin had a run out of that time. That's it. Able to fire away. Hang on by number 1 spot. 7 spot 2. Photos in the number 3. 9 wide down. Last run out. White, white, white. One more time around. Basket is 7. Still goes. Different comes down. Gregory Basket. He brings home the victory. Steph in second. Photos third. And Niles, spot number 4. Kevin Link out of Wantagh, New York, the 432, scheduled to be alongside of him. George Hanner out of Peekskill, New York, the number 49 goes in spot number 3. And Jason Stewart, the 86 mount, starts up on the outside. They're not going to be able to start. Kevin Link goes away to number 432. Stewart back in spot number 2. Richmond at the end of number 3 around. Ryder down and down hard on the backstretch. Stewart down on the back straightaway. Picks himself up, brushes himself off. He went down pretty good over there. Off that number 2 corner. Of course, Stewart rides away right now and take it back in the pit area. Dan Barton, Dan, were you on top of that one? Checking the tape, thumbs up. Dan's got it. He's always in the right spot at the right time. Stewart able to get back up and going. Dan was the man on the spot right there, so all the thrills and spills being captured here this evening by Dan Barton's Racing Video. Stop on over. Dan will get you a copy made up of tonight's action. And if you're not going to be here next week, he'll even UPS it out to you. So all the action taking place here tonight. And we do mean all. Dan Barton's Racing Videos taking it all in here this evening. Look out, Joel. Kevin Link back out to number 1 spot. Stewart stuck back into number 2 position, trying to close that gap. Working hard off that number 2. Cruising right in on Link down. He was down, but not out. Off the number 4 corner. Threw that sign up to the field. Link slides. Here comes Stewart. Stewart, after going down, gets it back up and jumps back up. Grabs that number 1 spot. Kevin Link down back to the number 2 position. Ticket comes out for Jason Stewart. From the ecstasy to the agony to the ecstasy, takes the ball but wins it all. Jason Stewart, victorious here in the first qualifying heat for the 400cc amateur division. The green light comes on for Cortez. From the inside, grabs the whole job. Gustafson up on the outside curve, now tries to pick up the number 2 spot and does so. Robert Stewart sits back in spot number 3 and Martin Zimmerman the number 4 go around. They battle for spot number 2. And the 186 of Robert Stewart now grabs up runner on the spot. Zimmerman has thought to make it back down to the bottom side. To the left side up to the field is all Michael Cortez. Cruising around on the front end. Stewart, spot number 2. Who stops on spot 3, Zimmerman 4. Ticket comes out as Michael Cortez brings home the victory. Stewart, spot number 2, Gustafson, spot 3, and Zimmerman, position number 4. Now the amateur quad heat, now the 4-wheeler set to take to the cut. Dean Schultz, the number 119, Anthony Jarvis, the number 4, Clifford Piper on the number 57 mount, Jim Baldwin, the number 1, and Kevin Maloney, the number 76. 5 competitors set to go. Hey, you guys down front, get a seat. Gene Schultz, the 119. The number 76 machine starts in that second row. Well, Kevin Maloney having some mechanical problems with the 36 on the clock right now. 5 competitors set to go on the first of 2 qualifying heats for the amateur quad here this evening. Go, Jarvis, Piper, Baldwin, and Maloney. Still 5. Piper shows the way. Jarvis up there, the number 2 going out. Baldwin touches down the below side. Jim Baldwin has on the spot 2. Third and Schultz back in spot number 4. They continue to battle for the number 2 spot. It's all Baldwin now. Schultz is the third. Jarvis back in spot number 4. Now Schultz makes the move up to the outside. He'll try and work his way the hard way around. The long way around. That action around, but right now it's all for the Piper. Piper way out front, hanging on to that number 1 spot. Continuing the battle hot and heavy for spots 2, 3, and 4. Checker comes out, Clifford Piper victorious. Baldwin, Jarvis, Jim Baldwin spot 2. Anthony Jarvis third. Down on the inside of row number 1. Sean Sims out of Thompson Ridge, New York, the number 24. Robert Orr out of Kerhonkson, New York, the number 2 goes on the extreme outside. Row number 2 then goes to the 129 of Bill Post and the 971 of Joseph Syracusano out of Fogarty's, New York, the 971. Sean Sims powers out to the number 1 corner and they really battle for spot 3. Top 2 big walks. Sean Smith hangs on to it, marks the line. Up on 4th wheel as I look out. Well, we got a couple of them hooked together now. They get themselves free. Sean Smith cruising around. Won't bring him back around to the finish line. Post on the 129 got into that. So the 24 of Sean Sims is your number 1 man right now. Joseph Syracusano back in second and Mark Salon, spot number 3. And they're really getting a fight through the corners, getting it up on 2 wheels. Sean Sims also doing that, but working that throttle through the corners. Sims hangs on to the number 1 spot. Syracusano back in spot 2 in the line in the number 3 position. Second flag gets the line. Out of Thompson Ridge, New York, Sean Sims victorious. Syracusano spot 2 and Mark Salon, number 3. 2C alongside. And Robert Lauer out of Sussex, New Jersey as well, the 44L. Jersey. And it's the cases. Brad Chase goes away. Robert Lawler says it's time to make the donuts. Lawler going around. Brad Chase goes away in the number 1 spot right now. Brad and Kyle Chase, 1 and 2, and Lawler back at spot 3. Lucy, 3C44. That's the running order right now. Brad Chase goes away. Offset number 4 corner. White flag 5. One more time around. Lala running into number 3 position, tucking it right down on the bottom. Checkered flag comes out. Bradley Gates, the victorious. Kyle Gates on 2. Pro quads coming out onto the speedway. Mad Dog George Bessett on the number 39. Howard Jarvis out of Accord, New York, the number 4. And Ryan Phillips Bessett on the number 711. So the Bessett brothers going to gang up on Jarvis. Jarvis in the middle. 3 competitors tonight in the Pro Quad division. Came on, but the red flag comes out around the speedway. We got Mad Dog and Flying Bill side by side. This is for bragging race. It's a breakfast table on the way home. Loser buys breakfast, they said. Green light comes on. Goes to the inside. Bill goes to the outside too. That's the only way he's going to get by. Ties just swinging down the low side. Mad Dog really in place. Wheeling it down the back straightaway. Goes Flying Bill. Howard Jarvis, spot 3. Nothing changed that time around. The Mad Dog out on the front end. Flying Bill working hard to try and get by him. And Jarvis drops off the pace. It's the Bessett brothers, 1 and 2. And Flying Bill not handling that well to the corner. Mad Dog, George Bessett, down the front straightaway. Check the flag, check the fly off the number 4 corner. And it's all Mad Dog, George Bessett, first Flying Bill, spot number 2. Hetchel out of Pine Bush, New York, the number 24. The 57B of Chris Gerda. The number 3 of Special K, Andy Kirandanti. And Chuck Seguin out of Fishkill, New York, the number 64B. Comes on and Special K, Andy Kirandanti. Lands onto a Hensel second, Gerda third, Seguin back to spot number 4. Hangs on to that number 1 spot. Hensel, Pat Roberts went down over corner 4. Spot 2, the way goes, and everyone goes away. Time runs out, Checker comes out. Checkered flag flies, and Special K, Andy Kirandanti brings home the victory. Christopher Dean of Mike Lounsbury, and Don Provost out of Wethersfield, Connecticut, the number 19U in spot number 4. The Manhammer. 4 competitors going to go in heat number 2 for the Expert 250 C3 final. The green light comes on. Gallagher fires up to the number 1 spot. Gallagher back to spot 2 and Gallagher out. Down the bottom side. Yeah, number 2 spot. Little way up right now, way back on the spot number 4. Gallagher, right at 3-1. Nice down to the 4th spot. Gallagher is second. Gallagher, that's the spot number 2. Gallagher is trying to work the outside to find a way to the side. Does that. Really puts up the bottom side for Gallagher. Into the back of Lounsbury. They come to the down in the corners of the 3 and 4. It's all down the track. Lounsbury giving it his all, trying to find a way to get time. Side by side. Checkered out this time around. Gallagher brings home the victory. Lounsbury Gallagher third and middle. Spot number 4. Now 12 is bringing out for the qualifying week. This determines the starting lineup for the feature nightcap here later on this evening. Flynn, the number 82 machine, goes up on the pole out of Mullens, New Jersey. George E. Price out of Sticklerville, New Jersey, next to him. Racing Jason Fletcher next to him. Tom McGrain on the 98 and the 48C of Shannon Webster. Clayton hangs out of an overwatch spot. James is on all the way around. As Jason Fletcher fires up to number 4 corner, hanging on to it. James comes off on the 82. Jump break, as now he'll finish it at number 5 spot. Nothing changed that time. Jason Fletcher inseparable through the corners and down the 6. White flag comes out one more time around. Checker comes off this time on the outside. Very close finish, but listen, Jason Fletcher comes home with the victory. Right, spot number 2, McLean, 3rd, Rector, Queen, 4 and 5. Alongside of him goes the 8C of Bill Duker. Willie Adams, the number 56, and Kenny Yoder on the 57. Last week's feature winner, Yoder on the outside. Mike Spears shows the way. Spears and Adams at the spots number 2 and 3. Spears continues to hang on that number 1 position. Willie Adams in the number 2 position. Spear hangs on to it. Willie Adams right there. Tries to take a peek up to the outside. No, Mike Spear brings home the victory. Willie Adams second. Billy Duker third. And Kenny Yoder, spot number 4. For competitors to go here in the Pro 250 CC final qualifying heat event for them. That number 4 corner, very nice stays on. They battle for spot 2 and then Gowan picks it up. Gowan spot number 2, cool back there. And Bob getting spot number 4. There you go, we're picking up where he left off earlier. Hanging over that little one spot. Gowan tucked in behind cool back there. He's getting. Swapped it back to spot number 4. One more time around. Mower. Everyone there. Three. Down. Second. Coolman. And Kitty. Spot number 4. Three competitors to go here in the XR100 amateur class. And after this will be the expert division. And that should prove to be interesting. Green light comes on. Way out front already goes Mike Majewski. Majewski cruising around on the front end. Dan Giuseppe getting used to the XR100. The number 98 machine sits up there in the number 2 spot. Cindy Ertl, spot number 3. Ertl goes down with the number 11 to pick it back up. Continue on around, she'll finish in the number 3 spot. Dan Giuseppe in the runner spot, and Mike Majewski way out front right now, cruising around on the front end. White flag comes out for Mike. machine will go on the inside. Thomas McGrain, the 98, alongside of him. Brett Bushite did that little hot dog wheelie. Whammo! They're already hitting each other and they ain't even got started yet. Brett Bushite, the 41 out of New Haven, Connecticut. The 57 of Cliff Piper. And the 47 of Michael Lounsbury. Now we're still waiting on the 46 of Jeff Earl. Thomas McGrain on the 98. So Jeff Earl not able to answer the call here. He'll be added on to the tail side of the second qualifying heat, I've been told. Unless he makes it out now. Green light comes down. Thomas McGrain fires up the number 1 spot. Clifford Piper, spot number 2. Earl, third. Lounsbury, fourth. And Bushite, spot number 5. Seems like they're very, very evenly matched. Thomas McGrain on the number 1 spot right now. Piper, spot number 2. Piper doing double duty. Goes down Lemo. Earl gets into him. Earl picks up his machine, keeps it going. Piper down over in the second corner. He'll be alright. White flag flies. McGrain first. Lounsbury, spot number 2 and Bushite. This is number 3. Ticket comes down. McGrain, victorious. Lounsbury loses something or other over there. Tribes Hill boys. XR100. This is Destructo Derby XR100 Expert Division. Six laps. Cory successfully gets down. Don't go to place down and run him over. Red comes out. Price up and over. And Moran gets into him. Moran probably on the get-go. And looky, it ain't too tricky. Just Malicki out on the front end. Bill Newkirk right there like a shadow tucked behind. Pricey sits back at third and Moran fourth. Now Malicki finds behind Newkirk all over him now. Glued to him off that number 2 corner. Malicki down low. Newkirk up high, side by side. Handlebar here. Whoa, look out here, Mr. Newkirk. Newkirk got it a little curly off the corner 4. Lost some time. 2 laps to go. Malicki, Newkirk, Price, and Moran. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Checkered flag sets to come out this time. Josh Malicki, victorious. Second spot goes to Newkirk. Third to Georgie Mike. And fourth to Richie Moran. Dean Hutchinson, the number 50. Steven Villarreal, the number 23. David Smith, the 27, the 103 of Sean Reynolds, and the 95 of Scott Whedon. Jason Stewart is Steven Villarreal, 1 and 2. Stewart, number 1 spot. Villarreal, then spot number 2. Stewart with it, go to number 3 of Marcel. Marcel back in at number 3, goes down. Ryan is working on Villarreal, 6 spot 2. Villarreal, 6 in the 86 is Jason Stewart. Stewart hanging on to number 1 spot. They got one down over here on the number 4 corner. Everybody taking his ace to back. White flag comes out. Jason Stewart. Hanging out of the number 1 spot. Villarreal trying to close the gap. Timers out. Jason Stewart. Spot. Number 1. Villarreal second. know it's cold in here, but it's about to get just a little warmer as we bring out the first of our final events here for this evening's activities. We're going to start right out with the youngest of the young in the quads, the 60 quad. Two competitors will go at it here in this final event. Michael Voigt out of Fishkill, New York, the number 26, and Tommy Netzley out of Accord, New York, the 9T. Everything all set down track side. And now he wasn't quite ready as Mike Voigt jumped out to the early lead. Green flag stays out. Mike Voigt and Tommy Netzley, the two competitors here tonight in the 60cc quad division. Mike Voigt, 2 for 2 so far in 96 and this 97, that is. Missing one of our normal competitors, young Wendy Wakefield, normally campaigns here in this division, but Wendy not with us tonight. So very smooth out there tonight. Former go-kart runner. Switching over here in the 97 season. White checkered flag comes out. Mike Voigt once again victorious here tonight. 60cc quad division. Mike says he's got directions in his pocket to victory lane. Hold right up, takes the checkered flag. Puts up 3 fingers. As he knows this is win number 3 for him here in the 97 season. Young Mike Voigt, part of Team Stealth here in the 97 season. The other half of Team Stealth, his brother Joe, will be campaigning tomorrow in the junior stock division in the go-karts. Also a feature winner in the 97 season, so we're going to have to try and keep it up. Keep the family in. Derick Netzley on the 9T. Tommy Mullens on the number 11. Richard Jarvis, the number 32 out of Accord, New York, will be next to him. And the 2X of Ryan Vosper out of Hamburg, New Jersey, alongside of him. Second row, the 118 of Tim Natale, the 123 of Keith Hellman. Green never came on. Red flag will come back out around the Speedway, red light.
Why we bring it to you? So as soon as Tommy, he's got that level.
So they'll bring him around once again. Red light's gonna come on again. We'll come back around and try it one more time. Time, Mr. Netzley went early. Jarvis out of Accord, the 2X of Ryan Vosper, Hamburg, New Jersey. The 118 of Tim Natale. The 80. Well, no, that's not the 80. It's an 80cc. That's what's going to be off. The 123K of Keith Hellman. The 3 of Carmine Andriolio. I hope I said that right. Andriello. I think Mom's corrected me. With Carmine out there. First time for him here in the 97 season. And the 47 of Robbie Valentine. We're set to go. Now the light comes on. Everybody paying attention. That time. Limo! We got 1, 2, 3. 3 of them hung up over in corner number 2. Red flag. Good idea. So number 32 of Richard Jarvis will start up front. The 2X of Vosberg will be right behind. Then would be the number 118 of Natale. Hey, Chris, you got a favorite out there, Christopher? Now we got him realigned. A little bit of bumper tag. Now we get it all straightened out. Richard Jarvis goes away. Mossler, second. Tim McNally back in spot number 3. Derick Netzley in the number 4 position. Jarvis continues to show the way out of Accord, New York. Mossler fires. Here comes Derick Netzley. Takes over the number 1 spot. Jarvis back to spot 2. Mossler, second to Tally, back to spot number 4. Derick Netzley now cruising around. Holds on to the number 1 spot. Mossler and Jarvis picks it up for spot 2. Look out, problems over in corner 2. Couple of them together hard. Checkered flag gonna come out. And 2 competitors hard over into that number 2 wall. The number 118 of Kim Natali. Number 11 of Tommy Mullens. The 118 of Tim Natali also involved as first aid crew over there checking them both out at the moment. And Kim Natali walking back in. Young lady following in Dad's footsteps, doing the racing here at the indoor arena. Have a nice DeCicco Super Mod Quads next down on the Speedway for their final event. Kiniry shows the way, the 44 Mullens tucked in behind. They battle right now. Kiniry holds on to that 1 spot. Mullens second, Jarvis third, and Vinny DeCicco back in spot number 4. Kiniry out of Sauget, New York, holding on to the number 1 spot right now, stretching it out. Kiniry out of Sauget, New York, a winner last week with the number 24. Hanging on to about a 7 quad right to advantage over Mullens. Mullens in the number 2 spot. The number 4, Jarvis, sitting back in Netzley, that is. Derick Netzley, already a winner here tonight. Working hard back there in the number 3 spot. Netzley flying high to DeCicco back in spot number 4. White flag up to the field right now. Kiniry bogging down a little bit. Slows on that number 4 corner. Mullens slows it in. Down off the number 4 corner. Kiniry victorious with the number 24. So for the second week in a row, Kiniry out of Sauget, New York comes home with the victory. Shark Division will be next out. Chris Kiniry fires up the number 24. He'll take it back into the pit area as the 50cc stops. The youngster gets set to bring it out onto the speedway. Connecticut starts up on the pole. Alongside of him, the number 125 of David Hudson. Root alongside of him would then be the number 86 of Tim Sullivan. Sullivan from nearby Wilmingburg, New York. Eric Greibel, the number 50, goes in the number 4 spot. Shane Marche out of Schenectady, New York, the number 106, next to him. Second row would then be the number 132 of Lowell Carson. And then alongside of Lowell would be the number TY3 of Tyler Vosberg. Vosberg out of Hamburg, New Jersey. Top division. Down in the corner, number 1 goes to a race lead at the number 60, Brian Garrett. Garrett goes away. Sullivan, a two-time winner. Look out, down hard goes Sullivan. Wants to go out the bike and pick it back up. Green flag stays out around the speedway. Sullivan gets it, refires, and does not lose a lap. Remains on the lead lap, but got a pump ready to go. Brian Garrett up on the number 1 spot out of New Milford, Connecticut, as a couple of them hooked together. Sullivan begins to pick his way back through the field. Jarvis hangs on to the number 1 spot right now. Hudson second, Marche back in the number 3 position. Driver would then be fourth. Sullivan back up to the number 5 position. The 132 of Carlson then would be 6th. As the race leader takes it down the number 4 corner right now. Brian Jarvis out of New Milford, Connecticut, stretching it out. Holding on to that number 1 spot. 2-lap sign up to the field right now. 2 more times around. As the Jarvis continues to show the way. Once again, rider down over there onto that straightaway. Sullivan again. So a tough night for Tim Sullivan. Jarvis down to that straightaway. Checkered flag is out. Brian Jarvis victorious. Hudson back in spot 2. Marche would then be third. Greibel, spot number 4. As Tim Sullivan, a rough night for that youngster. Once again, picks it up. Tim Sullivan giving it his all. Wait a minute. He wants to cross that finish line. Tim Sullivan, a determined young man here this evening. 3 times he went down. 3 times he got up. Sullivan on the number 86 takes it back in, but Brian Yarish, first time for him here this evening, bringing home the victory in his initial voyage of the 97 season out of New Milford, Connecticut. Brian Yarish, victorious. DeCicco Amateur Division. Giuseppe out of York, Pennsylvania, the 44, Jay Weller, the 36N, and Kevin Morrison, the number 8 machine. Giuseppe and Weller, 1-2. Down in the corner, number 4, they go. Green light remains on around the speedway. And Dan Giuseppe hanging on to the number 1 spot. Coming all the way down from George, Pennsylvania. Giuseppe goes by in the number 1 spot. Weller second, and Kevin Morrison spot number 3. Giuseppe was a feature winner in this class last week. Very strong once again here this evening. Final time around, down the back straightaway, off the fourth corner. 2 weeks in a row, Dan Giuseppe victorious in the 60 amateur final event. Jay Weller finishes spot number 2 and Kevin Morrison spot number 3. So Dan Giuseppe victorious in the 60cc. He's just going to take a nice slow ride around because we'll be right back at you here in the 80cc amateur final. Got a Rensselaer, New York, the 21X starts on the inside. Michael Alexander alongside of him out Burnt Hills, New York. Jason DeSalvo out of Stafford, New York, the number 40 mount next to him, and then would be the number 44 machine of Dan Giuseppe. Giuseppe wheels the 44L. Alongside of him up on the outside would then be the 21 of Lowell Carson out of Waynesburg, New York. Jay Weller, the 36N on the inside of that second row. Randy Moss out of Stevenson, Connecticut, the number 10 machine, and then would be Chris Spear out of Washingtonville, New York, the number 6 mount. 8 competitors here in the 80cc amateur final. Alexander goes the way up on the number 1 spot, Tom on second. Alexander out of Burnt Hills, New York, working hard up on the number 1 edge, stretching it out right now. He won a heat earlier on, now working through the last 7. This now goes second, then would be the 21 of Carson. Carson comes back to spot number 3. Spear, 4th, and Finlaw, spot number 5. Now picks up spot number 4, 2 laps to go. Finlaw got the rough start, now beginning to work his way back to the back. Spear hangs on to spot number 5 as Weller and Giuseppe spot 6 and 7. Winner Michael Alexander comes by to Salvo. Third goes to Carson, 4th and Finlaw. 5th would then be Dan Giuseppe, followed by Spear, Weller, and Moss. Michael Alexander. Strong run for him here tonight out of Burnt Hills, New York. Winner in the 80cc amateur final. Michael Alexander will take his action behind pit wall. Amateurs next out for their final event here this evening. Well, I do believe that this is the XR 100 amateur. Mike Mashewski, Dan Giuseppe, and Sidney Erdahl. This weekend, three competitors set to go here in the XR 100 amateur final event. Mike Mashewski, Dan Giuseppe, and Sidney Erdahl. Dan Giuseppe in the middle, now going to do battle with Mashewski. Mashewski down low. Giuseppe had to back out for just a moment. Holds on to the number 2 spot. Erdahl back in the number 3 position. Mike Mashewski beginning to stretch out that number 1 margin. Hangs on to it by a long shot at the moment. Mike Mashewski out of Dundee, New York. Way out front. Giuseppe continuing to hang on to spot number 2 and Cindy Erdahl in the number 3 position. and consistent goes Matuski. White flag going to fly this time by. Winner, XR 100 amateur, the number 115, Mike Matuski. Matuski victorious, Giuseppe second, Turtle, lap number 3. Matuski will take it back in behind the wall. XR 100 expert final. Thomas McGrain, Bill Newkirk, Mike Lounsbury, Georgie Price, Fred Forsythe, Richie Moran, Jeff Earl, and Clifford Pfeiffer. Green light comes on, Limo, Moreno, Dowdo, goes Moreno. Thomas McGrain hangs onto it, Georgie Price, spot number 2, nose to tail, side by side, down the back straightaway. Earl, Mike Lounsbury, third, Jeff Earl, fourth, and Pfeiffer, back in spot number 5. Lap after lap, Thomas McGrain hanging on to the one spot. Georgie Price second, Lounsbury third, Earl fourth, and Bill Newkirk spot number 5. Ricky was ending back in spot number 6, Pfeiffer 7, Forsythe 8, and 9th would be the number 2 Moran. Thomas McGrain, center flag flies, winner, Price second, third goes to Lounsbury. Followed by Malikia of the 98, the 1 of Newkirk, the 46 of Earl, on down the line. Thomas McGrain, the number 98 machine. Out of Gap, Pennsylvania, victorious on the XR 100 Expert Division. Amateur final, I think. Josh Malicki, the 98X, Scott Morrison, the 161, Frank Messina, the 942, Jed Shepard, the 31, the 103 of Stephen Ferris, the 71 of Aaron Humphrey, the 168, Matt Stewart, 16 of Michael Alexander, the 82 of Dean Sullivan, and the 1 of Mike Matuski. Hello, what's happening down in one of the boards? Shopper holds on to that number 1 spot. Shopper the number 31 machine, up there the number 1, 2, hammer down, God looking back. Couldn't be prouder right now. Shopper hangs on to the number 1 position. Good battle for spot number 2 for Ricky and Messina. Josh Malicki now grabs the number 2 spot. Frank Messina just back in spot number 3. Steven Dead now into the mixer. Here comes the 168 of Stewart. Stewart working hard to try and find a way to work by Shannon. Shannon lands on to spot 4. They're all taken down. Jed Schapper. Schapper way out front right now. Cruising around. Not looking back. Nothing changed that time around. Positions all remain the same. Seconds of down. Jed Schapper victorious. Malicki second. Jarvis. And third. Stewart fourth and Messina spot number 5. So, Kiniry, New Jersey. 125cc amateur final. Team Vito couldn't be prouder right now. Hey, watch that finger. He got confused as to which was the right finger, but he got it figured out. Jed Schapper, ladies and gentlemen, the number 31 machine. Schapper takes it back in behind fifth ball. Mike Miller and this selector on the tail side. 10 riders, 8 laps. Number 1 across three. The Pocket, class 3. Hangs on to the number 1 spot. Now the number 3 position is down to the third picture spot 3. Here, that's 4th. Spot number 5. Jersey, quite veteran here. The indoor award brings home the victory in the 600 expert position. Of Mike White alongside of him. The number 6 of Christian Zamorsky then goes on the spot number 3. The 168 of Matthew Stewart and the 432 of Kevin Lake make up the front row. Row number 2 then goes to the 102 of Curtis Friend. The 516 of John Rogers. The 82 of William Carson Jr. The 24 of Carl Ellison. And the 86 of Jason Stewart. Comes out, hammer down, everybody's winning, and who comes out on top but the 885 of Mike Ward. Roy hangs on to it now, Keegan comes back in spot number 2. There's the hand into the tires, and he is up there. Keegan hangs on to that number 1 spot right now. Keegan out front, second is Cory to 82. Look out in spot number 3, of course, is Carson Stewart. And around with 3, 4, and 5. Now goes Rogers over corner number 4. Flag for Ray Victorious. So 2:15 CC amateur final. Team Vito doing real good here tonight. Again, Andy Kiradakis out of Jeffersonville, New York, the number 3 machine. Alongside of him will be the 57B of Christopher Gerda. Or next to them will be the number 12B out of Montgomery, New York, Michael Lounsbury. The 113 of Donald McGurr, and the number 15X of Gregory Mastek. And the front row, Mike Gallagher out of Eclipse, New York, the number 20 on the extreme outside. Mastek on the inside of row number 2, followed by Justin Williams, Robert Heschel, Robert Gretchen, and Don Turbo. Heschel got together. No hard feelings, just shaking their heads saying, oh, damn. Yorker, Bubba Gallagher. So Michael Lounsbury, victorious here in the 400 expert division out of Montgomery, New York. Mike Lloyd, the 28F. The 92 of Michael Cortez. The 60 of Frank Mazzina, the 9C of Steven Studd. The 6 of Christian Jablonski. The 41U of Fred Grosside. The 54 of Gustafsson. The 1 of O'Donovan. The 57 of Markle. And the 117 of Angelo Natale. Amateur final event. Amateur Vintage will be next down onto the Speedway. Cortez will be right back out in this one. Ray Keegan out of Rutherford, New Jersey, back out with the Team Vito, number 42. Alongside of him will be the number 25 out of Campbell Hall, New York, Frank Messina III. Michael Cortez out of Sterling, New Jersey will go up in the number 3 spot. Alongside of him will be the number 9Z of Mark Zimmerman. 15Z of Dane Hutchinson. battle for that number 1 spot. Shayna has it. She can still fluid form through the corner. What's next? Trying to make another push. Go Kiniry now puts this one by. Comes back down low. Go Kiniry gets it all back together. And now last traffic going to come into play. Down goes Kiniry. Up the score number 2. Coming off the corner, second comes out, Messina victorious. Second goes to Keegan. Third to Cortez, fourth to Margaret, Stewart, fifth. Zimmerman, sixth. Tanner, lot 7. So Frank Messina III comes home with the victory here in the amateur vintage final event out of Campbell Hall, New York. Robert Rector out of Pine New York, the number 37 goes alongside of him. The 87 of Thomas Justice, the 49 of Rodney Bates. The 19 of John Rubble, 61 of Lee Flores, and the 8 of Alan Nile. Gregory Bastek grabs the whole shot by our player number 1 spot. Number 3. 1.5, one more time around. That's on the bottom side. That's a little that's right. This orange, that's on second, third. Riddle's on the 4. Tanner, the 49, would be 5th, followed by Rector. So the vintage expert division winner, the number 16, Gregory Bastek. 2 weeks in a row for the win in that category for the gentleman out of Norwalk, Connecticut. So it's the 186. The 432 of Kevin Wake. Row 2 would then be the 54 of Eric Gustafsson. The 26U of William Richter. The 9C of Zimmerman. And the 49 of George Hanna. On the bottom, has the preferred line, 2 is stuck in behind us, spot number 2. Michael Cortez goes to west, 52, and that's the 23rd. Roberts to Morris Gustafson, spot number 5, Zimmerman and Hanna, 67, and Richard, spot number 8. Cortez and Stewart, nothing changed that time around. Michael Cortez has a line on 2 right by Stewart. Closing it very, very quickly now. Last traffic, Richie coming faster. Stewart makes the run down to the bottom side. Cortez puts extra line. Quick back in spot 3. Robert Stewart for Gustafson. white flag, one more time around. Cortez, Stewart, 1 and 2. Stewart takes a victory outside. Johnson down low. Judges on down. Michael Cortez, Cory. Stewart second. Lake third. Gustav in spot 4. So Michael Cortez picking up victory number 2 here this evening. Out of Sterling, New Jersey. Victorious earlier on in the 600 amateur event. Now victorious in the 400 cc amateur final. So 2 for 2 here tonight for Mike Sterling. Michael. Clifford Pfeiffer, the 57. John Smith, the 24. For Azures, Kyle Cates, the 3C. Jim Baldwin, the number 1. Joseph Derick, the 971. Look out, Derick up into the wall in the first corner. Pfeiffer, Chase, green flag comes out. As number 2, Bradley Chase hangs on to him. Chase up on the number 1 spot right now. Back in spot number 2, Wong with third. Netzley field, Kyle Cates back in spot 4. Then went up to 4th. Robert Collins, number 5, and this is John Smith. 6. One more time around for Bradley Cates. Bradley Cates, victorious. Second spot to Pfeiffer, Baldwin third. Kyle Cates 4th. So Bradley Cates out of Suffolk, New Jersey brings home the victory in the amateur quads. So Brad Cates out of Suffolk, New Jersey, victorious in the amateur quad division tonight. The 2C Kawasaki machine, number 433. Anthony Jarvis, the number 4. The 119 of Dean Stone. The 129 of Bill Post. And the 76 of 7 Maloney. 5 riders in the amateur quad B main. Corner number 1 we go. Anthony Jarvis goes away, Mark DeLon stuck right in behind. Bill Post captains it. How do you do, Mr. DeLon? Post second, Stone third, Malone captains it. Post putting it up on the outside. Bonus side. And up to 4 hours. Anthony Jarvis. Jarvis hangs on to the number 1 punch. Mark DeLon, spot number 2. Stone is back in spot 3. Anthony Jarvis from Atwood, New York, hanging on to a narrow margin right now. DeLon back in spot number 2. Stone is third. Malone 4 and Coach back in spot number 5. Number 2 spot is on at this time. 9 seconds is down. Anthony Jarvis victorious. In Coach finishes spot number 2. DeLon third. Maloney 4th and Coach. Spot number 5. So Anthony Jarvis out of Atwood, New York, finished up earlier on in the heat event, spot number 3. Betters himself here to be main feature event winner. Anthony Jarvis out of Atwood, New York. He'll take it back in behind.